What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be exploring an ancient crypt to find a unique ancient helmet. There is also a chance to get an ebony weapon here, even at level 1. This dungeon has a lot of lore and story behind it. There are also a lot of puzzles in this particular cave. In fact, I'd call it Puzzle Dungeon because there's almost more puzzles than there are enemies. To access the tomb of this crypt, we're going to first need a claw. That particular claw can be found in Winterhold, just here on the map. Once you're in Winterhold, go to Brina's Oddment. Keep an eye on the chicken, but don't maintain eye contact for too long. It's the house just here. Just talk to Brina and she'll offer the claw to buy. So buy it off that silly hoe, selling her most valuable possession for 50 gold.
I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. Keep that in mind, will you? Yeah, it was stupid of me. I shouldn't have believed the story and just refused the trade. But I didn't, and now I'm stuck with this worthless junk. Some line about this claw thing in Yngol Barrow. He said it was worth more than its weight in gold if I took it back there. Something about placing it back in Yngol's chamber, I don't know. What was I thinking? Even if it were true, I'm not setting foot in some ancient tomb filled with who knows what. I don't even care anymore. You want to check it out? Fine. I'll sell you the thing for 50 gold and then it's your problem. Fine, here you go. You get killed on account of this thing, it's not my fault. Got it? But I suppose if it does actually turn out to be worth something, let me know, will you?
Shame on you.
Until next time.
Don't forget to rob that bitch's soul gems either. It's not like she'll be needing them, she's not a mage. And then we're going to travel to Yngol Barrow, which is just here on the map, across the White River, just east of Windhelm. As you can see, it's quite a decorative cave with all these Nordic features about. We can see Windhelm just behind us, and there's a shrine at the entrance. Yngol and the Sea of Ghosts. This book explains how Yngol dies while fighting a storm, separated from his brother while trying to reach Mera to fight the elves. Now before we go any further, I should just mention that there's a chance there won't be any dialogue option for Brina to sell you the claw. If this happens, it means that you'll just find the claw in the barrow itself. Depending what quest you have active, you might find that this dungeon is empty except for the boss room. There's quite a strange phenomenon in this barrow. You're going to encounter these strange floating glowing orbs. Don't worry, they're harmless. They actually just follow you to Yngol's tomb, which makes me think they must be Yngol's spirit that's guiding you through the dungeon or trying to return to his dead body. I'll explain that story more in a bit. The story of this barrow and Yngol himself is littered with little bits of lore. He was the son of the legendary Ysgramor, the leader of the 500 companions. There are statues of him all over Skyrim. This is the first puzzle room and one of my favourite in the game. If you read this book on this dead apprentice, you'll find he's studying a small poem, and this poem is in fact a riddle, and it's the key to unlocking this gate. Obviously, he's got it wrong, that's why he's dead. The poem said, "Man in his throne, so should he be." There's already a skeleton in the throne, so we don't need to do anything here. Whale in the sea. This pillar here, just turn it. That leak is meant to represent the sea. The eagle in the sky, so it should be. Because this one has a ray of light shining on the stone, turn it to the eagle. Then lastly, we have a snake, because its natural habitat is in the grass, as the poem says. This is possibly one of the best puzzles in Skyrim that actually requires some thought and effort to work out. That's why I love it. It's its attention to detail and its logical nature. If you didn't get the coral claw from Burner, it will be here on this plinth. Most turning stone puzzles in this game just require you to match pictures, so that's why I appreciate it when the level designers do something a bit different. When Yngol died, his father was so distraught that after defeating the elves at the Battle of Sadden Reef, which is now known as Eastmarch, he decided to build a city where the White River reaches the Sea of Ghosts. He was one of the founders of Windhelm. The city was actually built by the Elven captain from the battle. They built it in Ultramorian fashion. Yngol's father also commanded the construction of the Great Bridge over the White River. That's the one in front of Windhelm. It made the place an impenetrable fortress, so no elf would ever be able to sneak over and avenge his kin. This is just one of the many reasons as to why there is still conflict between the races in Skyrim. People still remember. This is quite a scenic dungeon. I'm not sure if it's just because there are no enemies that I noticed it, but I like how you get the feeling that you're going deeper into the crypt. The cave starts off as an icy cavern, but as you go deeper it gets warmer and you start to see some plant life. And now we're starting to venture into the crypt itself. Before we go down, there's actually some treasure we can grab. You just have to pick this lock. I'm using my little trick method. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to use it for yourselves. It makes lockpicking a lot easier, and it looks like it was worth picking. That is a full chest of gubbins. There's an Elven Sword here, and the book suggests that Yngol was buried with his clanmates, so I'm guessing that this is one of the gravestones, because it's got a lot of snowberries surrounding it. Nords usually lay them at the feet of their shrines or graves. Watch out for the pressure plate or you'll get skewered by the spikes on an iron grate. There's a chest on the left here. There's a chance, even at low levels, that Yngol will spawn with an ebony weapon. This is the only way possible of getting yourself one early on, but take care if you're a low level, because if he does have an ebony weapon, he's gonna hit like a truck. The answer to this stone door can be found on the key itself. Most people may think it's stupid to put the answer on the key, but I have another video that explains why it makes perfect sense. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Now head inside the barrow. The shade of Yngol will spawn even as a Death Lord or a Dragon Priest. He's rather spectral in appearance, so he can be hard to see. He'll use the Unrelenting Force Shout and the Frost spell on you. When you've killed him, loot the boss chest. 25% reduction is the most powerful enchantment effect you can get for the Schools of Magic, so it's worth keeping if you don't use the enchanting skill. Staff of Mending heals target but not undead, atronach or machines. Well, that's fucking specific. And here finally we have Yngol's unique helm. When you take it, the door opens behind you. The helm itself has 30% resistance to frost, which is actually immensely useful in this area of Skyrim, especially early on. Also, the helmet has a unique appearance to it. It's a variant of the ancient Nordic armour. Now just head out of the barrow and grab the chest on the way out. You can actually enter the barrow through the exit, but you won't be able to get any further than the iron gate. It's a pretty good view out here, and over there in the distance is the Shipwreck of the Winter War. I have a video guide on where to find all the treasure and the story behind the crash, so if you want you can watch that next. The link is in the description. If you guys want to watch more videos like this one, then make sure you subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video in particular, please leave a like. See you in the next video, guys.